Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to start on the Mezco 112 Collective Bishop. Now, I just took him straight out of the box because I was actually pretty excited. Plopped out all the accessories on the table, so we're going to work through this at the same time. This is going to be a legitimately initial reaction. So, let's get to it. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Right. Now, out the gate, the first thing I noticed for Bishop was that there are actually you can actually move these around. So that means they don't necessarily have to be, on there. So that means you can probably take this off because of the elastic that we have here with our belt here. I've noticed that the lower belt is actually slightly different from that of the rest of the torso. So there could be some extra movement there. I'm not sure. I'm actually just going through it. And I'm assuming we can move. Nope. Okay, so the X is a little off to the side. So that means an asymmetrical design. Just want to make sure I'm going through all of this correctly. Do we have wrist swivel? Yes, we do. So we have that gauntlet swivel. We have no butterfly joint. But we do have these elastic shoulders, which I'm here for because that means you actually get a lot of more movement going up. You could just lift that up, right? That means hitting a T pose or a power pose is not an issue because we have that elasticity in the way there. Just no butterfly joint. So that means moving the arms up is not an issue. So I'm going to call this the Kamen Rider method because I know this was used for some Kamen Rider toys back then before the Shinkocho Seiho. Now, as far as the head sculpt goes, let me just pop this off. Now, the hair is a soft plastic, so that means if you want to move things out of the way or just kind of just ground it up against that torso, that upper head part, I don't think you're going to have too much of an issue. As you can see here, I'm able to move the head down. And the only thing you're really going to have an issue with is moving the head upward, which will not be passable with the locks sculpt. Although I actually like this sculpt a lot, I think the only thing I'm really worried about is that to make the headline so fresh, it kind of just looks like this separate piece is too separate. And other than that, though, I actually really like the sculpt because it does capture the evil cop Bishop version that we got from that run of Cable. So that really just, well, sorry, evil cop run was bald Bishop, but you know what I meant. That was actually bald Bishop with Avio Alvaretti's art. What am I thinking of with this art? Because the new Krakoa line, Bishop's hair is cut, so he has like a Caesar with a fade. Well, he has a fade with a high top. Which run was it? Oh, you know who it was? I'm thinking of Ken Lashley's art. Who actually, it looks like it's Ken Lashley's art on the box as well. Maybe I'll take a picture of that. Side note, the box also comes with that new smaller package like Dr. Fate. Now, let's go over the rest of the look and articulation. As you can see, he has tons of 90s style pouches. So we do have bicep swivel, as I just rotated it out. We have a beautiful double joint. As far as our ab crunch goes, we can go to the left, we can go to the, we can actually go really far left and right. Now, as far as going over forward, let me see if I can just, okay, we do have a forward ab crunch that does fold over the initial armor because I was just actually pressing that in there trying to see. So we do have a forward ab crunch. Just got to be careful with the folding it in front of the armor, but there is a forward ab crunch. As far as our legs go, we are definitely hitting the 90-degree mark. Let's make sure it's really up there. There we go. We have a thigh swivel. We have a boot swivel. We have a double joint. We have, we actually have some somewhat generous ankle pivot. So these are all things that I didn't know that we were going to have. So as far as posing this guy up, it looks like Bishop can pose with little to no issue. Because we also have that gauntlet swivel as well. So as far as getting posed up and looking cool, yeah, it looks like he can do it. Now what I'm going to do is, later on I'm actually going to, when I pop on that bald sculpt, which I want to do right now, because I want to see how much of the articulation changes with that bald sculpt on. See, look at that. So you actually get a ton more articulation. So I mean your movement, yeah, Bishop can actually really pose. Wow. This makes a big difference. Look at this. That two-cut part torso does make a big difference, especially with the elasticity. It just makes you know that he can move. Look how the ankles sit flat. So that is a plus in my book. Now, as far as the accessories, we actually get a lot of 90s style stuff with him. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into that right now. We're actually going to talk about that bald sculpt too. Now, I'm not going to front. The bald sculpt looks really good here. I think, like I said, the only part is that I wish there was more definition in the eyes. It looks a little bit more blankish, but yeah, I really like this. I just the way he moves, like the more I'm getting to sit down and play with it, the more I'm like, damn, this looks solid. Look at this, and it all looks fluid. That's one of those things that I truly enjoy about this. Now, as far as accessories go, so you will get a gigantic gun, not as big as Cable's gun, but I'm pretty sure he can still hold this, just like Cable's. The magazines are removable for our super weapon or whatever type of futuristic gun this is, right? You'll get 2 extra magazines as well, and I believe you can store these on the back. So let's actually see by storing them in the back. You're gonna see just how we can do this. Because I didn't read the instructions. I jumped straight into this. So if I look like a fool, you technically get to judge me because I didn't actually read the instructions. So that's what I get for that. All right. Oop. So I'm trying to put it in there, but I'm having a small issue. But so either this is the wrong one or it doesn't fit over here. So I'm actually tripping, and oop. And this is normally why I read instructions, but I'm super excited about this. So I finally got it to, there we go. I finally got it to sit in there. So this is actually the part where it does sit in there. Nope, I didn't get it to sit in there. Let's see. Let me see. Why is that? Now, I'm going to have to revisit the instructions because I feel like an idiot now. So I'll do that in a second. So here we are, our smaller blaster. I feel like I wasted too much time on that, but I want to keep it real with you. Here's our hand blaster. This should fit right in here. And that it does. If you push it all the way through, it'll slide through. But there's enough tolerance that it holds up right there. So there you have that. We actually have some grenades as well. You will get 3 of these. Ooh, there we go. And I believe these are energy grenades. You'll be able to put 2 of them here. Now these I actually got right because I remember seeing it like this. So you'll get 2 grenades to put over here. Line those up pretty well. Next up we have our knife, combat knife. Slides here right in the sheath. There we go. And our larger weapon does fit on the back. So it lines up there as well. So technically you can have a fully armed bishop at any point in time. Yeah, this is really solid. I like this a lot. I got to figure out the cartridges, but yeah. As you saw earlier, we have our main sculpt, which looks really good. I'm just a little worried about the headline, so I'll probably clean that up or have someone else clean it up. We have the M over the I properly. There we go. As a scar. Same for the bald sculpt. And then you actually have energy charged eyes and grit teeth. This is probably my favorite sculpt of them. This is I'm using my X Gene. This is probably my favorite one because I do like the eyes lit up. They do look really, really good. You'll also get his time travel communicator / communicator, I should say. This will fit right. Way to go. Let's remove our large weapon. This will actually fit right back here. And if you just slide it in, it should slide right in. But in case you're having any trouble, I would suggest you just tug the belt down just a tad so it can slide in. There we go. But yeah, man, I'm really gonna enjoy this. I'm hoping I can take some dope photos of this because this looks really, really good. Let me actually just change my focus. There we go. Heavily armored bishop looks really good. Let's stand him straight up so we can see what he looks like with our weapons. I think the only thing that's gonna bug me is probably those knee pads because I'm moving them around so much with just my fingers unconsciously. But I think once I get used to it, I'll be okay. Yeah. Ooh. Let's put this back on. Because the weapon is light enough so that it doesn't feel back heavy, that he shouldn't fall. So you should be okay. Right? And now we're going to go over our hands. So for hands, you will get 2 relaxed palms. Let's change our focus. And as you can see, it's asymmetrical design, so we have a wrap over the left hand for our relaxed hands. You will get two types of trigger hands, one for the pistol and one for the larger rifle. As you can see, they're slightly different trigger hands. You'll get an open energy palm hand for our right hand side, and that is because you will get an open energy palm, and then we have a left hand open action hand. Come on, focus. There we go. And the reason why that is because if you want, you'll actually get an energy blast, well, an energy makeup hand that will fit. And there it is. So I was having some trouble with that. And I don't mind this being a recolor because the energy effect does work pretty nifty, especially for Bishop, especially in high pink. Then we have an energy in use, and this will be able to fit on the fist. And this is what I talked about earlier about holding the hands up. Oop. I want to make sure I do this right. There we go. So you actually can use it. There we go. I'm gonna have to change it because it warped just a little bit. But yeah, there you have it. Nice energy effect. Last but not least, you'll also get a cloak, which I haven't even taken out yet. Like I said, super duper excited. So let's do this on camera. Hold on. Me and my no nail having ass. No, Ichigo is not treats. So here we are opening our cloak. The silica gel is in there. So this reminds me of the cape that we got. Well, not cape, the cloak that we got for Gomez back then. Which I don't mind this because it actually does work pretty well as an overcloak. And I should wrap it around properly, but I still have that energy effect out. So if you want to wrap it, it looks cheesy here, but with some use and play, it'll look a lot better. But see, at first glance, it just looks really cloudy and big. But what I usually do is I start off on one corner and I make it wrap. And then I come around. So usually what I do is, there we go. I'll like make it wrap just a little bit and then fold back around. But I make sure I do it on the right side so that way it can look really good otherwise. So now it looks like a tattered cloak that just wraps one way. I reversed it obviously, but you would have the inseam in so you could look really good. That way you could be the lone Avenger you wanted to always be. But yeah, without further ado, we're going to jump to the size comparison. Thank you for rolling through with me because this is all like truly like in hand. I didn't get a chance to play with it yet. Just opened it up. Decided to have fun. So let's jump into the size comparison. I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright, onward to the size comparison. This is where it gets crazy because there's always a lot of X-Men stuff. And I've currently been cutting down, but I do have some stuff here with me, so I guess we'll do the Mezco stuff first. So let's compare Mezco stuff. Here we are with the Mezco X-Men that have released. Here we are with Cyclops. Right. Here we are with Gambit, Remy LeBeau. No jacket because I've been sitting here finding a way to try to mod that armor on my extra one. So here we are. Next up we have Wolverine. Oh, what is up? Sorry about that, guys. Here we are with the Wolverine 2.0, the DX one, I should say. All right. So here we are. We have these guys. Bishop technically seems to be the biggest one. If we had the bald head one, he'd probably be about the same height as Remy. Now, all that being said, the biggest question is how does he size up next to Cable? And personally, this one is crazy debatable because artist-wise, these guys are always drawn all sorts of different ways. But one thing I've always seen is that Cable is always a big guy. So these guys are technically around the same size, but Cable should be a little bit bigger. So I feel like Cable's a little bit short now, but he came out a long time ago. If there's ever Cable 2.0, he'll probably be gigantic for all of that. Trust me. So, next up, we have some Legends. So let's compare some Legends. Here we are with Marvel Legends Cyclops. This is the new VHS one. I actually really, really like this one. Shout out to Figure Fix, who did that. I've seen his stuff. He did that repaint job after removing stuff. A bunch of people actually did it. But me and Figure Fix was talking about it, and it was one of the things I really enjoyed. Next up, we're going to compare to the Marvel Legends Bishop. And you know what? You can actually pop this head on here and it probably look really fantastic. I'll try that in the photos. But as you can see, he's a really, really big boy. Right? Right? Hi, Riley. Then next up, here we are with Cable. So here we are with Marvel Legends Cable. And here we are. See, this is a big boy. So, big dude doing big things. As you can see, he's bigger than Bishop. So, that one actually works. Yes, Riley. Sorry about that, y'all. Next up, we'll do some other stuff. So here we are with a Marvel Legends Black Panther, right? Here we are, the G.I. Joe Python Patrol Officer. Then we'll do a Valaverse Infantry Commando. So as you can see, these are not small guys, and they still look pretty small next to big old Bishop. So you have that there. Oh, last but not least, for fun, here is Nimrod. No Kamen Rider today, because I'm doing something with them. So here we are next to Nimrod. Yes, buddy. Sorry about that. He wants to play. So there you have that. But I really enjoy this. It was fun to find out all these new things kind of live through it with you guys. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that. Thank you for watching it through. Thank you for enjoying the videos. I really do appreciate it. Oh, and yes, for those of you that ask, the podcast is coming back. It's going to be some solo stuff with guest appearances. I'm really working on some stuff with that, so just a quick update. But as always, thank you so much. For real, please be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.